What's up, everybody? This is Minder, and today I've got a box of Foundations Jumpstart boosters. You saw me take a look at the Jumpstart 2022s. It did not hit some of the hits that I was looking for in that set, but we didn't do bad. As far as value, $1 more, we broke even, and we had all the extra stuff too, which is a lot of staples, a lot of stuff like that. This set is a little bit different. I think there's a little bit less on the staples. There's still some in here. But as far as commons, there's Thoughtcast, Creeping Bloodsucker, Vault of the Whispers, Ninja of the Deep Hours, Crimson Wisps, Destroy Evil, Night's Whisper, and Carnelian Orb of Dragonkind. Those are all the cards that are going to be over $1. For the uncommons, there's Thundering Spineback, which is kind of weird the way it's listed because it's a market price of $1, but some of them are selling for almost nothing. Tireless Provisioner, Koala Ajani's Pridemate, the anime version. Those are all around $1. But then you get into Pitless Plunderer, which is $3.61, and Daonis, Elvish Archdruid, which I'm sure I'm messing that up. But that is $9.44, and then the big hit, the one as far as uncommons go, and one I would love to get, I could use this card, General Crete, the Boltbringer in the anime version. That is a $10.30 card. That's in uncommons. For the rares, we'll just look at the stuff that's over $5 because there's quite a bit. You have Dark Confidant at $5.11, Rudolph Dustbringer at $5.27. Sarkhan Fireblood at $5.47, Generous Pup for $5.70, Dropkick Bomber $7.63, Brimaz King of Ozorox in the anime version is $7.80, Riona Fire Dancer anime is $7.85, Ancient Green Warden is $8.11, Vito Thorn of the Dusk Rose anime is $8.26, Takeo the Patient Avalanche is $8.34, Plygon Lord of the Beach anime is $8.73, and that is one that I'm hoping I can come across. I love that card. Dionis Elvish Archdruid anime. I feel like I just saw that. Maybe it was the regular version of it. I'm not sure there. That's so weird. It's listed as uncommon. Oh, I'm sorry. That's why. I'm looking at the listing. That's my bad. I'm looking at the listing for uncommons, and then I've got the full list, not just the lower rarity. Sorry about that. We have Elvrith, Viceroy of Plunder. That's $9.45. Another one I'm looking for, Shroofus, Sproutsire. That is $10.01. I would love to get that one. That is a Saproling that would go perfectly in our Fungi deck. Villas, Broker of Blood anime is $10.48. You have Kodama of the West Tree anime. It's $16.15. Ophelia, Viper Whisperer for $20.23. Scythe Cat Cub is $30.63. And then the biggest hit is Rev Tith Extractor anime version, which is up to $41.09. So there's some pretty big hits. This box itself is selling in TCG Player. You can get it shipped for about $95 before taxes, and I believe it was about the same on Amazon. It's about $100, a little less. So if you haven't watched one of these Jumpstart booster videos, be prepared. So we're going to dive into this. These Jumpstarters, for one, lots of fun to play. You shouldn't open this just to open it. You should open this and play if you've got one other person you can play with. That said, when we do to open them, you have a regular pack, and then inside there's a clear wrapper with a set. And the set is going to have mostly the same cards. There's going to be a token on the front that tells us what version of that. The rare card is going to be the only thing that's different. There's also a bunch of lands and stuff like that in there, because the idea is that you take two of these packs and you shuffle them up together and you play it as a deck against each other, which, like I said, is a lot of fun. You don't know what you're going to get until you get into it, until you draw the cards, basically. So, anyhow, let's get these out here, and then we can get going. I talked more than enough. Like I said, bear with me with the double packaging. These outside packages are fine, but the inside packages, I believe these have a pull tab on these, but they're still a pain. Of course, they had the pull tab, but then the outside packaging is going to be harder to open up. So looks like it's got a... You guys can watch me struggle here. I don't see any tear spots or anything like that. So there we go. There's always something on these. So like I said, that's watching Jumpstart packs, basically just watching somebody struggle to open them. That's going to be your whole experience. And hopefully you're stoked for it. So we got stoked. And we got Goblin Dark Dwellers for our rare. And then we'll just go ahead and go through these. Like I said, when you get into these, Crimson Wisp, by the way, that is one of the commons that's over $1. But they're going to be the same across all those. So we'll split these up, commons, uncommons together, tokens, and then all of our lands. This is going to become kind of a mess. There's a lot of cards in these things. So let's see if I can get this thing opened up. Or I might just have to resort to using the cutter. So you guys don't have to watch me fight with this thing. That's crazy. I haven't had a pack that's that hard to open up for a while. Yeah, see there is a little pull tab on it. You can pull it off like that. We got Soaring. So like I said, for blue, I'd love to see the Plygon. That'd be a good one to pull. I don't know that Soaring's going to be that, though. That seems more like a dragony kind of thing, huh? Spirit Noble. Stolen by Faye as a second. It's funny, and the other Foundations, I got 2 of these as well. No wonder why they're pretty cheap. It's kind of a cool art. Fairy Seer. Opt. Can never have too many opts, and that's a nice, unique art, I guess. Winged Words. The lands. Hope everybody's been doing good. We got a Healer's pack. Once I get all the way in it. I get why they have these things double packaged, but man, is it a pain. Healer. So what is our white rare? Brimaz, King of Ozorox is the highest one. Generous Pup. I don't know if any of those are healers, but Speaker of the Heavens. This right here is listed as being $1.29. Some of them are selling for 34 cents. It's kind of funny. You get the Pride Mate and then the actual Pride Mate. You get 2 different lands on this one. 2 different non-basics, that is. By the time we're done with this box, we'll have figured out how to open these packs up like that, huh? Alright, so we're hoping for a black, hoping for green with the Saprolines or the blue Explorers. I don't think that's going to be Saprolines, but maybe it's the Scythe Cat. Tireless Tracker. It's a good card. Slimy Piper. I've never seen that one. Explorer. You can never really go wrong with Explorers. Not an expensive card, but definitely a staple. Warriors. What did we have before? It was Stoked for the red. Gorgon, the Red Reaper. And we got a second one. Kargan Intimidator. 2 rares and goes right into a land. Interesting. Let's see the inventive. Kind of spoiled it on that one, huh? I could see the pull tab, but it's not. There we go. Let's see, it wasn't pre-cut very well. All right, inventive. Padim, Council of Innovation. This is a pretty good card, actually. I don't know. It's not on the first page for value, but it is a good artifact card. Gives all your artifacts hexproof. In fact, I think I picked it up for a deck a while back. Blink of an eye. So it's a whole big artifact thing. Seed of the Synod. Artifact lands are always good. Start to get better at opening the pack, and then you get to this one. Ghastly. Like the black ones, that's where you can get the Rev, the Tith Extractor, the Philia, Viper Whisperer, the Viceroy Plunder. Those are all really big hits. So we got a Mythic too. Reaper from the Abyss. Sorry, I was reading it. Deadly Dispute. Got a murder there for my wife and also for Donnie. If you're watching, Donnie, I didn't forget. Apologize. He knows what he did. We got Icky. That's a unique one. That's a unique looking artwork there too. Fumus the Infestation. Flying Death Touch. I've never seen this. This is interesting. But for insects, got a second rare. Endless Cockroaches. That fits. That definitely tracks. Unless cockroaches dies, return it to the owner's hand. That's kind of cool. It's a pretty good, well-themed pack there. Go for the throw. It's always a good one. I really like that one. That's cool. Not just on theme for the color, but with the insect stuff. Stalwarts. Generous Pup. That's a big hit. That's $5.70. Let's see what else we get. Cats are going crazy. Sorry if you guys can hear that. I would stop it, but I don't think there's anything stopping it this time. Explorers. For our rare tireless tracker, that's a good card. Landfall, can't beat that. Slimer Piper. Explorer again. Nothing too different there. We did we see this set before? I think we did, didn't we? Yep, 2 Explorers. Prideful. Brimaz, King of Oroscox, or I can't say it. Let's just say this is a good hit. This is a very good hit, and it's also a cat soldier, so my wife's probably going to be pretty excited for that one. But I'll continue trying to say that for the next hour. Don't want to. Nobody wants to hear me sit there trying to butcher that forever. King of the Pride. Couple good hits there. A few of these I see quite a bit in standard as well. Yeah, that's a $7.80 kitty. Not too bad. I know we didn't do too crazy on that last Jumpstart box, but this one feels a little better. I think it's just because the other one was like you get Heuristic Study, and that's a huge hit, and everything else was kind of, middle of the pack. This has got a few more that are in upper middle of the pack at least. Heroes. Bragon, Soldier of the Melitus. And we got Witty Exemplars. Yeah. I'm not. I don't know if it's just me tonight, but I'm struggling. So if you guys haven't seen the lands, they do give you one of each of the artwork. There's 3 different artworks for each one, then you get those doubled up. So you get 6 lands, I think. Vampires. I'm trying to think if any of the Viceroy of Plunder could be one, and this is a mythic. The Viceroys are rare. Necropolis Regent. Another Go for the Throat. Landfall deck. Landfall with the Scythe Cat Cub. This is a good hit. In fact, this is a huge hit. It's a $30.63 card. So what's it do here? Whenever a land you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. If this is the second time this ability is resolved this turn, double the number of +1/+1 counters on that creature instead. That is crazy. And it is a 2/2. I've got a deck that I was just toying around with the idea of it being filled with a bunch of 2/2s. Maybe this would be a good addition for that. Speaking of 2/2s, there's another 2/2. said, you get a couple of those big hits like that $30 one, and the box starting to feel pretty good, you know. Still haven't seen any of the stuff that I was looking for. No Shroofus, General Crete, or the Plagon. Those are the ones that I was really hoping to see. You don't have to get them or anything like that, but the cards that I know that I would put to use. It wouldn't just become trade fodder. Ninjas. Yeah, we're gonna get the Ninja Turtle one. It's a mythic. It is. It just makes me want to build a Ninja Turtle deck because it is a Turtle Ninja. This is an $8.34 card, by the way, with the anime art there. Starlight Snare, Ninja of the Deep Hours, Moon Circuit Hacker, Prosperous Thief, yes, I don't know if we're just getting a really good box or if it just feels good, you know. Of course, if we got another hit, if we got like the Rev $41, we'd already be sitting over just on what we've seen, but that would really feel good. Tyvar Kell, and get a second one, Voice of the Woods. Llanowar Elves with the unique art. Overcome. Down to the last stack here. Last stack, and I haven't even cut myself. Too many. Sounds like something would be goblins. Fiendish Duo. Devils. Interesting. I guess that should have been a clue. It's the same art. Goblin Surprise. See, there's goblins. No General Crete though, right? I didn't see one. Double check. I forget that that's an uncommon. We have to keep an eye out for the uncommons when we find some reds. Oh, I see how these open. That pull tab was all the way outside of the pack. Goblins. It's actually goblins this time. Maybe we have better luck this time. General Crete. Goblin Rabblemaster for our rare. There it is. That's what I was hoping to find. That is $10.30. But more importantly, it was the card that I was looking for. There goes commands. Fanatical Firebrand card. Shock. The goblins look like they'd be a lot of fun to play on this. I sit there and say, oh, I see how this works. And then I don't even try it. Clerics. Veto, Thorn of the Dusk Rose. I get a second one, Priest of Forgotten Gods. We are down to 5 packs. Tab doesn't want to come off for me. There we go. Like I said, half of the fun of watching a Jumpstart unboxing is watching somebody struggle with the plastic, I think. We've already seen this before. Stoked. Frontline Heroism. And we got Mirror Wing Dragon. That's a mythic. Young Pyromancer. It's a classic. You would think the cats would run out of energy, but they're basically just running laps through the house. Warriors. Gornog, the Red Reaper. And we got an uncommon land. Alright, treasures. Black again. Got a rare. Rev the Tooth Extractor is a rare. That's a good one though. That's not it, but this is the Evereth Viceroy to Plunder, and this is $9.45. It's a good card. Deadly Dispute. Pitless Plunderer is also $3.61. It's a pretty good pack to find, huh? Ghastly, another black one. The rare. Harvester of Souls. Good card. Morbid Opportunist. Murder once again. Last pack. As I say, last pack magic. Shroofus, maybe. Rev. Those would be good. Like I said, Shroofus would be probably my favorite, even though it's not the most expensive. Beast. Don't think the Shroofus is going to be in Beasts. There's a myth. There's a rare. Salinza, the Spiked Stampede. Explore. Alright, so we're all finished up, getting everything opened up. I'm going to go through and get all these scanned, sleeve up all the cards that are over $1, and then I'll be back with you and I'll kind of give you a little bit of a roundup. So stay tuned. Be right back. Okay, so got everything scanned. Got the cards over $1 sleeved up. That way we can put everything up when we're done. I mean, we had a pretty good box. I mean, we knew that kind of going through the stuff. It felt pretty good. But yeah, we did pretty well. So I did separate the uncommons and commons. I thought it'd be interesting to see just kind of how much you're getting of both. You get a pretty good stack. So the commons, and then uncommons here. And of course you get a big old stack of lands here. Majority of these are basic lands, but you do also get a couple custom lands and a bunch of these thriving lands, which will give you a little bit more color, fixing stuff when you need it when you're playing there. Vault of Whispers, which is an artifact land, another artifact land, and then Evolving Wilds in there. You got a good stack of tokens, which are just the tokens from the set itself, you know, the ones that show you what pack you have. They do have magic backs, which I think is interesting to them. That one's got a weird groove in it there. Anyhow, so for rares that didn't have, that were under $1, we had a pretty good amount of them, to be honest. I think this set, unlike the last Jumpstart set, this set feels like it's got a little bit more on the high end, but there are some misses. And then this is the stuff that was from $1 to $2 across the board. You know, there's a couple of these that are commons and one uncommon there. So a few of those that are just kind of, you know, like right on the edge. As far as cards that are under $5 but over $2, got a pretty nice selection there. And then we have the stack. This is the stack of the stuff that's the $5 and up. Pretty good sized. This Generous Pup is the first one that's over 5 at $5.70. Brimaz, King of Osirex, or Oro Socks. I struggled last time at $7.82. Vito is $8.20. Almost lost my place there. $8.24. Takeo is $8.34. Viceroy of Plunder is $9.24. This Dionus Elvish Archdruid is $9.25, and that is an uncommon, by the way. This is another uncommon, General Crete, the Boltbringer, is $10.25, and then the big dog here is the Scytheclaw cat, or cub kitty cat, which is $30.79. That is a big hit there. The funny thing is we didn't even hit some of the big hits. You know, we didn't get the Rev. Well, I mean, we did get the second biggest hit, I guess, but we didn't get the Rev, and then we didn't hit some of the other stuff that I was looking for, like Shroofus and the Plagon. But all said and done, though, we still did very well. The total, so before I even get into the total, I did notice when I was scanning the commons, uncommons, I think I was about $25 or more in commons and uncommons, which is kind of crazy. Anyhow, over $1, we have $122.41. And then for the total value of the box, with all the bulk as well, is $160. So that's pretty good. That's better than we did on the Jumpstart 2022, which is crazy because that wasn't too bad as well. These things are $95 on TCG Player right now, and I think just over that, between $95 and $100 on Amazon. So $122 in over $1 is not too bad of a return. It's obviously you can't expect that in every one of these. We did hit a $30 card, which I don't think you're going to hit that big of a hit every single time, but there is quite a bit of value in the set. There is a lot of usable bulk as well, which is always good to see. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this one. My wife had opened one of these previously, didn't do too bad, but again, we still didn't hit a Shroofus or a Rev. Shroofus is the one that I'm surprised on being a rare, but that said, this one came out pretty good. What do we have coming next? I believe, so you know what? My wife actually bought She bought herself a box of Pokemon, so we might be opening up the Pokemon on here. I don't know if anybody's interested in seeing that. We opened the pack before. We had no clue what we're looking at, but she loves the stuff. It's kind of scary for her to be getting into another expensive card game. Beyond that, there's some secret layers coming up. We haven't ordered yet, but we do have the secret layers as well. And of course, we have mail days and stuff. I have a bunch of stuff coming, so keep an eye out for that kind of stuff. Check out our content on short form stuff too on here, on Facebook and TikTok as well. And as always, like, subscribe, and ring the bell if you'd like to be notified of our videos. And I appreciate you guys watching. Always say hi in the comments. Always love seeing the comments. And have a great day. Thank you. Bye.